Hello, for those of you who don't know me, in case this video was forwarded onto you by a client of mine, my name is Todd Doleshal, and I'm the owner of Elevated Retirement Solutions, and I provide comprehensive financial planning and wealth management services to my clients. I'm excited to share with you some great news. Recently, I passed the Accredited Investment Fiduciary, or AIF designation by FI 360, and really was going to share a little bit more about today what an investment fiduciary is and how it relates to all areas of planning and concepts, and also, of course, excited to share these new tools that I've learned with my clients and enhance the client experience. So to talk about a fiduciary, really what it is ultimately putting the client's best interest forward, all things being equal. Sounds simple, but thought we would talk through a couple of examples here about where it's common that this unfortunately doesn't happen oftentimes. And the best one that I can think of was when to take Social Security. Arguably taking Social Security is one of the most important financial decisions retirees will make, and it's something that everyone has to make, assuming that you're eligible for Social Security benefits. I've heard from a lot of prospective people that I talk to that their advisor would recommend taking Social Security benefits in the same year that they retire. So let's say that you want to retire at 65. You plan on living on $10,000 a month in today's dollars, increasing at 2.5% with inflation. And on top of that, you want to, of course, handle medical expenses. On average, it's about $5,400 per year for individuals for Medicare, which includes all of the various coverages for that, inflating at about 5.3%. So the question is, when you get to 65, how do you recreate that income when you're no longer working? One obvious potential solution is to take Social Security as soon as you're eligible. Then the other question is, should you delay to age 70, which is the latest retirement age of Social Security, and what are the pros and cons? So while taking 65 on the surface might sound the most intuitive, the idea is that you collect income, take a little bit of distributions from your investments, and allow the difference to continue to grow. And logically, that makes sense. However, if we start to break down the math, it shows the opposite. So let's say you're making a nice income, approaching 40, and your eligible benefits at age 65 could be $57.8 thousand per year at 65. However, that same individual, if they wait until age 70, believe it or not, would actually see their increased benefits up to $93.6 thousand per year starting at age 70. Assuming that you live to 93, all things being equal, the short version is that the math comes out that if you waited until age 70 to collect Social Security benefits, even though you had to wait 5 extra years to collect those benefits, you'd be getting an extra $533,000 and change. And that's not counting for additional increases beyond age 65 and 70. So the real gap is even bigger. So clearly, all things being equal, and this example, taking Social Security age 70 makes the most sense. And then the question is, from 65 to 70, how do you make up for that difference in terms of the income stream while you're waiting for Social Security while you're retired? And the one way to do that is to take extra income from your investment assets, which is a great thing. That's hopefully is working with an advisor that can help you with that, like myself. But unfortunately, when it comes to conflict of interest, if the advisor's only being compensated based upon assets under management, their incentive could be to recommend strategies that would defer you taking more money from your assets that they're managing, thereby increasing their fees, such as taking Social Security at age 70 or 65 rather, instead of 70, which in our just quick back-to-back math showed that you would be leaving over $500,000 on the table had you listened to that advice. So that's why working with a fiduciary such as myself is ultimately the most important thing, and someone that you can trust to just give you the facts, pros and cons of both, and then let you make an informed decision and provide the best advice to you as possible. So if you have any follow-up questions, thoughts, or concerns about any tactics that we talked about today related to Social Security or other strategies, please don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you so much for listening. Appreciate it.